We start in the next section of this LGM, which is a section of question and answers on digital painting. I continue here as the painting for this animation. Also available with this animation tools. And we just checked on the existing tools that are paint with and other things that are desirable, not existing, and things that exist in natural painting with natural media and predictor tools, of course. So, that's it.
Some people ask last question. No.
Yeah, okay. Or next question to yourselves or other
Actually, maybe I was thinking about previous question about redoing stuff. I have this video I can show. It's very short. It's like some stuff that, for instance, I am reading. So this was not a good animation. Because the line were lovely.
That's why I should draw the keyframe web, and later I should do in between.
Yeah.
I know in my head, but when I draw, I forget sometimes because I fix, and then later it's all which one was keyframe and which one was in between. Okay, and then the result is like this. Little bit the line is wiggling. And so okay, I made a mistake. So I draw from first again and.
You know that the greens sometimes are made on purpose.
Sorry?
And animation. This reading,
Yeah.
sometimes is part of the animation.
Yeah.
Put it as a future.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, sometimes if I want to do this, then I make on purpose. But in this case, I didn't want it. So yeah.
Actually, even in the same movie, Chef, for instance, we don't show it. It's in the bigger spot, which I was on the video on top of the mountain, and she used like the big thing because it's on top of the mountain or something. But so like this is a right, like not really one. So she really
It's not wiggly, but it's not in between. It has not in between. Yeah. I think he forgot to put it.
Have anyone of you did rotoscope?
Yeah, the dance video.
I got late. I'm so sorry. I didn't know that you were on.
This one is rotoscoping, but it is, I just want to try the rotoscoping because I never tried it before, so it's a really simple rotoscope one. Yeah.
You did the rotoscoping on Jim?
Yeah, sure.
And did you use flipping or something?
No, just a photo and a video. I made images from the video, and I put on two layers and just the opacity and
very simple program.
Yeah.
I had a problem finding someone who could do a rotoscope on him for a movie that I did. They simply, I said, the process is simple, I can show you. And it would just refuse to do that.
She was a beginner when
Now I have the reference.
It's not very easy now.
I know. But it's something like, oh my God, it's weird that people have to use another software, you know. And I said, I will show you, I will teach you, but please, I need you to use me.
So finally, which software does he use?
Yeah, this was the last part of the movie that I had to deliver. I got penalty for delivering it late. And it was almost everything in software. But this last part that I couldn't find someone to do, and I could not do myself because I didn't have time, it had to do done in software.
So they didn't make rotoscopy?
No, on it, no, they did the image treatment. They know, another person did the image treatment or the photography that we had on the movie. Everything else was made on the software. This part, rotoscope, I couldn't find a professional to do rotoscope. I couldn't find someone outside Brazil because it was public funding, so I should pay for someone who lives in Brazil, and they have rules for that. And I couldn't find someone in Brazil who was willing to try or at least to learn that part of it. Because for image treatment, I could find, but for rotoscope, I don't know why, but this is something we have to work on. And
aliens are coming in.
Now try to mirror the displays and see if that works.
wow.
Let's take a look. They could be,
I like it.
Yeah, exactly. We would call this a broken cable. We random changing.
I like to show this to my students as a way to teach your brain.
No, it seems like we have managed to break the HDMI projector.
Yesterday, my problem was that my screen has a high resolution, so maybe try lowering it. It might work.
Yeah, they might like some of the resolution support. Otherwise, we just switch characters.
Yes.
You know, a long time ago, we put a man on the moon. And today, nobody can make a projector that just works. It, you know.
Oh, it's in here.
But you have to send.
Yeah. I should just try this one. Just because he wasn't an HD man. So I tried to use an HDMI cable to put a man on the moon, it never worked.
Yeah. I suppose we were depending on better technology back then.
So this was meant to be very, very quick, since the topic right now is a Q&A on digital painting. It is a thing that Americo was meant to do as part of his presentation, but didn't have time to. And that we have gotten contribution from Taiwan to GIMP, which adds the ability to add color while you use the smudge tool. So enables what you could consider like a form of finger painting almost, or closer to simulating how you can paint with something in between oil and acrylics, so that you can push the contents around like slightly sculpt particles adding color to increase the crease. Is the next one yet?
The president was in the right order.
Maybe the projector down, not a computer.
Next thing about this light up protocols is that they always would work, everything's better than except by the door.
I don't even see the projector. I don't see the projector on the computer.
So do might be a cable. The line is just
So we don't have to wait for this until we do the Q&A session as well.
Okay.
We can still try to make this work, and people have things to talk about.
Well, I thought we had that spare smaller cable, but we'll do the.
Just take the topic of.
Yeah, we just saw about the checking on the thing.
Yeah, that's what, actually, the hardware stuff that's used for digital painting and, the hardware that I used to use, they don't have patterns. Every hardware that you buy that has different configurations, and different plugins, and different, I think probably that's why sometimes we can't make a projector work. I think the industry keeps for themselves the technologies they don't share, so we always have to try to understand and reverse technology and do reverse engineering to understand how the hardware works, and we might end up like this.
So they make one good projector, but they keep it in hiding.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, yeah.
So, we got an image on the screen now. And this is just to show kind of the changes that we've gotten submitted from and thus far unknown game contributor in Taiwan. We haven't seen it before, but he got directly to the name list, and it's a feature we really want. It has both some plenty code. It doesn't quite conform to how we would like code to be, but it's a nice small self-contained patch that does something important that the GIMP Painter Studio fork of GIMP, which was just it was a fork. It had like thousands and thousands of changes in many files, and it was impossible to like fish out the things that was nice about it that we wanted to get into the picture. So normal smudge tool allows you to smudge colors together in this way.
Oh.
That is what Kevin has been able to do for ages. And what this new patch allows, we're not going to pick this red color, so that is my forward color. So it's back to the smudge tool. Since the smudge tool doesn't have color, you can press control to switch between the color picker and the tool. That should probably also change with these changes. There's this new slider that is called Flow. That's just reusing something that existed in the game for other paint tools. Should probably be called something else. But when you have Flow enabled, it adds color while smudging. So we slightly less of it, so that amount. So if I now smudge up here, it is still smudging, and I can smudge these colors as well. And pick up a bit of the green. Well, it's one of the things that have been changed in how the paint tools in game work, that it could do similar things as well. But the Painter Studio also had a big collection of brushes and presets, but it also had changed the paint core to be able to do this thing with the idea that you're kind of smudging, you're picking up some color and dragging it along, as well as adding some color that you have put on your brush.
Yeah, this is adding more pattern and brushes, something maybe we do now that we have more artists in the community, which is also why we invite you. America and everything, maybe that's something I want to do. Would be very nice to work on having better defaults because they don't always make sense, like this vegetable brush in GIMP, which is just a toy.
I don't agree. It's only the toy, the vegetable brush I use to make forest.
Really?
Yeah.
With the vegetable?
Yeah, vegetable and.
No, vegetable.
Okay.
No.
Not the vegetable. The leaves.
Yeah, not vegetable.
But yeah, that was what I wanted just to add a project for. If you want to play with it as well, we don't have palette attached right now, but and yeah, one of the nice things about this contribution is that it is small and self-contained enough from some stranger that turned up on the mailing list that it is so cool that we won't put this into the new stable version in 2.10. It's going to be somewhere for Mitch and we posted some more big looking out user interface a little bit to make it slightly more obvious what things do. But because it doesn't change any other parts of things, it will not make things less stable or more confusing. So
Sorry, I can take a little time to write. So I think it's like common misconception that GIMP is not made at all for painting, without painting, but I think we have like showcase that it's not true. And what's true is that GIMP is a generic tool. It does a lot of stuff. But I kind of like it. It makes sense because we always see like basically even painters they use like tools which were made for photographs. Like even selection I think is I guess it was mostly made for photographers. But now like painters they would use the selection also to paint only some cases and the opposite is true also. Photographers always use the brushes which obviously were made for more for painters. but now they use it to make all the microfix and everything. So, yeah, and that's something we also will, I think, personally, since we're on this project, obviously, it's something I like also to kind of change in the image of you. That some people think that it's hard to paint. So there are all a few very good results that just like which are very dedicated painting, but seem to be also an option.
So, and I'd like to wonder how Man of the Sea short movie would be able to be done with this too. Probably. I don't know if you know this short movie.
Sorry, what was it?
Alexander Popov, Man of the Sea. Yeah. There's the thing that the kind of he did on by painting on the glass. So this kind of tool would be able to be done on him, isn't it?
Probably, yeah. I think everything can be done. Sometimes not with the best workflows if it was not planned for, and then we can repaint things. But I mean, America is a very good example. If you see the talk of America?
No.
Okay. So America is a very good example. It's really, his work is really kind of based on trying to reproduce some of like real life painting techniques. So maybe it could say more about
Yeah.
America.
Good.
Sorry.
I am trying to use another interface.
Do you know the man in the sea? It's an animation film, the man in the sea. So do you know anything about that?
Actually, I'm trying to make some video because I like it. The function.
Use not the microphone.
I like the function animators mainly function animator painting the animation on painting on the so more or less the same process of the Madrid Australian animator and South Africa uses glass to paint as sail and changes the same repetitively and same software and photograph each variation. So it's very cool because it's possible to use it with sample tools without complications. And it's very beautiful the aspect of the painting. The painting structure is very beautiful because you see the work of the painting. You see the hand of the artist. We have the other reference, for example, short animator in French about the man with a big forest with I do not it's French French animator.
I think I don't know what
Is a good example of the animation with the expressing because I see this issue in many tools. Without the possibility to have your own expression. Many tools and digital printing has this issue a bit more, a bit less, but for example, our said is condition to use another expressivity that is of designer the design normally many designers use your hair and their all percepts. So when I share this percept, I share my intuitions about this, about the art, about my ideas. So must we do attention, we use another tools, mainly presets. Libre, for example, is very fun to do the presets. But many times, 6 months after doing the presets, I see another thing. So it's more flexible. Another tools is more libre. For example, my case. So all each application has limitation, advantage. It's important know well on page. I am a painter. I am very expert in expressive okay. So this tool is a big thing because we can simulate the difference between colors. It's not a big tool, but it's on drag. It's on drag. So I will simulate the blending with those two. We will need 2, 3, 4 layers making blend modes on. Now on this 2.9 it's possible to have blend modes, different blend modes directly on the paintbrush. It is more easy now.
So another kind of thing that you will not be able to test on my laptop is that the contribution from Taiwan has all things done correctly for bringing it up to dynamics as well. So one could use the smudge tool with this is called flow for the static right now. We could hook up the amount of color flowing out of the brush to the pressure or the tilt or some other thing you did as well. Which when one is configuring presets, yes, it's flexible. I have no idea what Americo will come up with when he actually has a tablet and starts building presets with creating even new tools or forms of expression that he can do with a tablet.
Yeah, one other direction, like some ways, Americo, that is actually like trying stuff that we never thought of, that nobody has thought of, like it's only for some developers, it's just like to play just like the basic feature, and actually he managed like to keep painting and run on impasto, which he showed before kind of stuff, which is very cool. Maybe anyone has a question?
Yeah, I have a question here. One of the mics.
Here's the mic.
One thing worth noting again is that an important decision people took on Libre we understood is that we have this one release stuff, and the decisions from June then on, we may add new features if they don't change the behavior of the general application. We can make micro versions. So even if it takes 2 to 3 years to get another fully version, we can include features for the in between. And we have we still have the playground theme where we can have unfinished those there's like for people to play around with.
But I don't know if we will, in the stable version, I don't know if we will show this.
This okay.
I will not show it.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, so we need only have that version. Sorry, I mean the background part because some tools that are very important crash me, some
So then see that it could be in the stable version too. There's also more than that thing is stable already. Yeah, but basically, I mentioned that is one of the few game documentations I'm proud of. Is a blog I wrote for IBM Network. Now it's almost 10 years ago, and but it's still mostly valid. It contains the step-by-step things you have to do and which files you have to copy and modify basically to have a new painting tool embedded in the game. So any C developer watching this is able to find that IBM Developer Network game hacking tutorial and copy some 6 or 7 files and get source code and create a new experimental tool. The tutorial actually includes a new experimental tool where you paint, and when the paint hardness does fall from full color to transparent, it does the same fall using the active gradient. So you have a gradient to paint. Start doing again, just that tutorial. And most of it still work, not like him, of course. But gives a nice idea of how to create a new way of painting tool. So this was the comment I had at this moment that we had installed.
Since it seems a little bit quiet, we can maybe repeat some conversations we had in the game department earlier about digital painting and this idea of very faithfully simulating the experience of physical media. Because there are sometimes you don't want to do that. And one of the examples is watercolors. There's technical architectural reasons that it's difficult to do that in GIMP and similar other software, but with watercolors you don't have to do in the physical world. And when you make a faithful simulation, you're simulating physics and how water flows and how pigment acts in the water. So if you were to actually really have undo, you would need to have the ability to say, rerun the full simulation if I hadn't done that stroke. Which is different from how other more permanent forms of scratching like pencils and acrylics behave when you paint. And part of the reason we end up discussing this is when programmers also start making painting and drawing applications, sometimes one ends up in this very non-destructive vector-like attempts of doing things, which are interesting from interaction perspective. The idea of being able to say that, oh, this stroke I did there, I had a pressure on the release and the curve in the end wrong. I want to go in and cut off that previous stroke and adjust how wide it became. And those things are interesting, but very often the user interfaces want grace for it, and instead of going in the way of the creative flow. Because when you're actually using the stylus and you're painting, you just want to quickly do experiments, and if you directly in the same part of interacting with it, you have all these other abilities of going in and squeezing the width of the line and adjusting it, and you add too many interactions to actually be able to be in the very productive experimental mode for painting.
Actually, there was something related to this, which I noticed, and I'm grateful to say it all the same. Often when painters paint just one static image, actually use one layer, like us, so it will realize it, just draw on the last, like, when you do like photo and stuff like this, you start and everything. But actually when they paint, they don't really need to, most of them actually, comes out, like, us draw the story.
So, for instance, only to complement Alicia about the water, sorry, about the watercolor, about the watercolor. This is simple exercise about some concepts to watercolor. On digital painting, we haven't on way to resolve all aspects of the painting in a unique way. We must think about how each technique works in real world. So many things are important on the watercolor. For example, the support texture paper is very important. Another thing is transparency. How it's possible to do this with low heights. For instance, because the opacity on digital painting works differently of the real world. For example, if you have height on opacity 20%, many people think, 5 times 5%, 15, 20%, I obtain full saturation of this color. That works in this way. It's not linear. So we need resolve many things about watercolor to have more or less the same aspect. Another thing, the brightness of colors on the watercolor. Watercolor is very, very beautiful because the colors transparent colors on the watercolor here text is very beautiful. It's possible to see the paper but has color. Is another way to resolve the things. To emulate or to have more or less the same aspect, we must compromise. And the taste, the good taste and the knowledge about the techniques is very, very important. It's impossible to have a tool to resolve the watercolor system. If you don't know watercolor technique, the concept is very important. It's the base of each thing. Many people buy presets, thinking that preset resolve the issue.
No, yeah, I agree. That's very important. I'm curious about the canvas.
Yes, this, sorry. I'm using sourcing composition, compositing model. In between 20.9, we have the possibility to have the compositing model. Can you have the compositing model?
Blended mode,
The
different
blended mode has now we have compositing mode. So source in, source out, source over, and so I have the end to the sourcing in to put texture, but this texture is not visible. When find over my layer, appears the texture.
And
It is very fun.
yeah, and I could see that you have, like, it's a kind of canvas. It's like a
In this case-
paper.
In this case, I have used two ways. A layer with the sourcing and a mask on this layer with another texture. So we have two textures working together.
I think I saw how he works. So he make a picture with ink, and he fill the texture in the mask, and yeah, like this way to look like if he was painting through this
No,
kind of
this mask is only support. It's a way to see the effect. But in my work is a layer over made work, painting texture background.
But it's you that do the texture, or it is in the ink?
Yes,
he made it.
You made it?
yes,
Okay, so you don't choose the canvas.
yes. I emulate
You emulate canvas.
count with some filters on GIMP.
Also what we explained earlier, that it doesn't use preset, because preset as someone else's choices for you. Actually, I am also use only own brushes. I mean, like when you, the default brushes, using someone else's brushes probably is not the best way to.
Yeah, but when you buy a canvas, someone else gives the canvas to you.
Okay, but then in this case, you
Well,
need your own canvas. You cannot redo your own canvas actually. A lot of artists, like once they get to some level, they actually don't buy canvas.
Ah, yeah,
They actually do and
Yeah,
But and the additional thing there is when one speaks of digital painting, one shouldn't look away from what actually America is doing here, because they're also doing compositing as part of this cleaning process, and part of it is using his own collection of a photograph or paper texture, and you can even go out when you're looking at art materials, and they might even have these more artisanal papers which are custom handmade papers, and buying some of those wouldn't be necessarily to paint on them, but to have something to use when you create a collage digitally. And in the same way, when creating textures or brushes, one can do some experiments on paper, photograph them, and add transparency to them and use them as elements that one is reusing as part of creating a digital painting. So if one is doing some things on paper, digitizing it and bringing it into the computer to create a combined thing, it is still the one artist who has created the original things on paper and made photographs and ends up with a digital picture, even if part of the technique is actually using brushes and paints and pencils.
And there are a lot of variations to all the textures. I am sure and which I can take photos of paper, put it on artwork to make the texture service with the painting.
DVD, to start DVD, use this technique very, very good.
It's another artist to start with the
Actually, I was thinking because you were talking about putting physics on the ink to emulate contact. No, what you were talking about physics. I'm sorry, I don't know what's that.
It's an example of some aspects of some physical media that you sometimes might not want to emulate when you do it digitally. Because of some of the freedom you get digitally is the ability to undo and change your mind.
Okay.
Whereas the
No, previously, not when you're talking about this, when you're showing the one with the fingers.
yes,
You were talking about then you talked about this. But first you said that physically what happens?
oh, it's similar to the idea of when you use a brush, you pick up some paint and you have paint in the brush and how.
Yeah. So what made me curious is about if the canvas was actually glass, for instance, what would happen with the then if you can choose the canvas, it would happen something different and spread the ink.
Yeah, this is, for GIMP in particular, it is more a miracle in simulating such things, but not doing it with necessarily physics. It is finding ways that achieve similar results.
Yeah.
And going into actual physical simulation in GIMP, well, if someone is really interested in it, maybe, but it's not, since GIMP is a general image manipulation program, with a focus also on photos, but has brushes that you can create presets with, going into the physics of simulating how the individual bristles of a brush wander and pick up and leave paint, that is somehow out of scope for what we consider. But I find it interesting to at some point go to the idea that when you add brush strokes with the tools we already have, that they will become some individual strokes inside the layer and make that be efficient to enable you to go back and say that, well, one of these early strokes I did, I shouldn't have done that, and take that out and then have it re-render perhaps a bit slower, but have it fast each time you add a stroke on the top.
If you make a canvas option, it has a time option maybe, or wet time option like this. So if it's
Wet time?
yeah, I mean the idea. And it's a canvas, and there is option of I put 1 liter of water on canvas, and here is a timeline. So okay, what I wait 1 hour to 5 hours like this, and we can choose the option, and then when I draw on the canvas, then it change, something change, just something different, just draw on normal canvas, maybe. And also maybe we can make some option of the degree. So I put some colors on here and I change the degree 90 degrees and then it fell down. That's an idea.
I think I was talking about the opposite of you were talking about, you were saying that you have a lot of control on him right now, and that is awesome for this stuff. But also you can have in the opposite side something that you make for yourself randomly, like when you put a water and you don't know what to do. That's cool too.
Well, that is a central part of the dynamics and soft brush presets, is adding jitter and randomization.
For instance, to simulate the spread of the watercolor on the leaf, I had many experiments. And now it's possible to have some of these aspects with the airbrush. So, but the dynamics are always very particular because after 6 months I see another thing with the same dynamics. So it's very flexible. I understand the need to make a big vocabulary to expression.
Desce para continuar se quiser. Se quiser descer para continuar, eu continuo descer. Acho que como é que vai para você? Não, a gente vai voltar para cá.
Your impression,
Mas se eu botar aqui, eu não sei. Eu nem sou de streaming. Tá. Não, deixa eu voltar daqui então. Tá? Deixa, onde é que para? Só mostra.
And not compare the situation where the application that say what you can or not to do. So it is more interesting to create a discussion about a big library to digital change, but from a free library to extraction and not only this effect or another effect.
And creating also, because we are working with a very clear idea on how to improve all resource situation, because right now it's sometimes a little in docs and development of docs which are not and it's sometimes not in stable. Maybe that could be also a very good aspect, other than having good defaults, is maybe improving how artists can create their own default section.
Yeah, and Libre is very easy to use the applied dynamics. It's not so confusing. Many people think, so it's very difficult to use. I know other applications. Libre is very easy to use. For example, Mesa use paint dynamics directly when it's painted in this old painting session. So it's possible to use. It's possible to simplify some things also, but it works and we have good result, good works.
It's a good thing that some people find the configuration of the dynamics easy to understand. Many of the GIMP developers have found them difficult to understand, but Alexia, a GIMP developer who couldn't make it here from Estonia, and she's the mastermind behind how it works. And I'm afraid of that matrix with inputs and outputs and what is hooked up to what.
That's not part of the dynamics. Actually, before Alexia coded it, I was trying to imagine how to combine all of those things had. I had thought in my mind something that was quite similar to what came out of it. So I think it's, I could never think of another way of doing it actually.
Maybe a bit following a bit on this, for example, working with Nara, and she cannot understand what is happening in this interface. And maybe it might be a blasphemy, I'm sorry if I ask this, but would you guys think of maybe doing a brush pack, like Americo's brushes, or like Iron's brushes, a bit like David does this? Do you think it would be like possible, or did you ever contemplate this situation? Because many artists at the same time who don't have the fetish for this or don't know how to understand to do this, so maybe make it easier for them to also be more accessible when it is.
But something that I want to do is to have better defaults in GIMP, so artists could provide maybe some of the brushes, and like after this following up on what Americo said, maybe just like artist packs, it's kind of a strange concept. It means just like you get other brushes of some other artists and just copy, like it was styled, now it's styled, but it's like part of it style, it's very personal. I mean, it's not like this, yeah, I mean, I'm sure actually will not mind share the stuff, but I think the most important stuff will be to improve the defaults and have better brushes as default, because
There's another thing that I think would be very nice. That would be presentations at a future LGM or video tutorials where someone who knows how to create these dynamics and brush presets goes through also the mental process of saying, this is what going to be my goal, and then showing how to start and actually put all the things together. Similar to how America was showing this impasto technique. This presentation
will be a much better idea.
Because then more people would probably understand it.
Yeah, like even also on GIMP.org, we want to have more tutorials.
So actually, still that has been one of the requests from America, like for some years, you know. That actually, when applying these techniques, it came to the idea that some of the settings on the tool settings and dynamics, if fixed and properly labeled and illustrated, would be quite helpful for people to paint. So the artist could actually create his presets and still letting some variables for the final user to match what to do. That's really it. I don't very much what to call. So we could certainly think of improving this preset management tool to the point that it becomes possible. That's on my mind, at least. I think a very good way to come to my analytics.
So, effective dynamics and two presets now on GIMP 2.9 is very, very good. And good is less. And very, very good. And so, in many instances of digital painting are related with the two presets. And so, to memorize the patch and a method. So, without the two presets, it's very, very complex to remember all passages, all steps to emulate something or to use something on him. Because it is very, it's a great spread to painting on him. So two process is very important in this work. Another thing is don't think painting dynamics as fixed aspect to painting this or another thing. Is very metamorphic. So it change each time that you use that. Because two objects is very large. We have many situations to create variations with the same paint diamonds. Many brushes works differently with the same paint diamonds. So it's very fun because in the artistic painting we don't search, we find the things. So during a session we find things and don't search. So it's impossible to return, go back in many processes. So two presets is a way to fix this aspect, but is a compromise only.
So to add some background on what he says, maybe if you know plugins, it's like, so tools you can save, like, so you change your slider or your checkbox or whatever to a various option and you can save and go over that and everything. But yeah, actually, it's not only the brushes, so you could make a pack of brushes that will give you all, like the artists, they also want the presets and with the dynamics and it's a mix. So it's some, yeah, just add background.
What I would maybe try to say it in a better way would be like, as you said, of having that same package of presets already made handed to the artist as a starter point, and then it could be changed, developed, and retaken afterwards, right? Because I see it, maybe an analogy would be like you go to a shop and you buy the brushes you want with the kind of hair you want and the thickness that you want. So that is a starting point. Then you can go home and cut it, or like eventually you can also create your own. But giving a sane starting point, I think it would be fantastic and could take it a step further for incoming artists, right?
I think actually, your mean was so. Do we have any do we have any goal objective or to upload our brush kit on the internet, right? Yeah. Actually, I want to do that. So, but I didn't study it yet. All the setting, all the dynamics, and all the brush how to make. And so when I finish the study, then I will create some brushes, and I promise I will upload on our website.
Actually, on last LGM, in one of the BOX, one of the meetings I had, I can talk a little bit about one thing that gaming will need in the future, which not so far. And it's a way to easily pick resources from the internet. Nowadays, if one wants to download a brush, he has to find a site that hosts a brush. download the file and copy it to the proper folder in this configuration. And this plugin system I have today is perfectly able of integrating this into the menus. Go to specific URL. So this is whatever is listed in there. Download automatically download the resources such as brush, presets, palettes, different plugins. So this would actually be an excellent project for students to create a game app store. That would even be a nice substitute for the current game plugin registry, which is very annoying. So we have an extensive meeting on this last LGM, but that didn't have a follow-up. But it's something more or less easy to specify.
Yeah, right. I think, Java is because like on my long-term project, I've been speaking about this for like I think 3 or 4 years. We should basically have a plugin management system in like in Firefox. Or Blender. But Blender was you cannot search online or something like that. You just manage what it is installed, but like more like basically it would be a server somewhere. People would upload their plugin or the brushes or the pattern or whatever resources. In game you could search like whatever other brushes, like install them or install them. That's something that I've been wanting to do I think for years and never found funding or time to do this.
Just not to say we did no progress at all. I've been to the KD Academic Convention. Unfortunately, left to on the KD App Store. They have it. The KD App Store might have all of the server features we need on the server side. So it just be a matter of writing and putting connecting that.
I will have to check out.
Yeah, we have to check it, but possibly just being able to name the kind of resource you want would be enough to have a plugin on the side to be able to do that kind of stuff. But then, some more comments, because we should actually go to lunch, otherwise we won't have the same presentation.
Maybe we can make some website before to build the store, the approach whatever store. Maybe we can make some website like a shopping mall, and we can put some brushes and dynamics put on the like a product, and then we can click and download.
They used to be. Gimper is very used to be so. But it's kind of down now because everybody would just put crap on it and like thinking and they were. I mean, basically it was not used like standard and everything and
Maybe we can make a review the website. Hold on, like it looks yeah.
Takes a lot of time.
Anyway, even if you do this plugin, they wouldn't be curators. Like in the community, people would need to set up to help people. Personally, I would do something I could like sometimes and check, but I would not be like every day to check them. So, but like I'm sure on the other side, the same issue and the website where people can upload stuff on the same issue.
Yeah.